still a rider. I'm in this world, but I ain't of it. Outsider. I'm from a different era, cut from a different cloth. I ain't your average rapper. I'm here to recover the loss. Speaking the truth to my people.
Mic check, mic check. Let's go. It's the Iron Furnace. Another episode, baby. Welcome back. Oseo to the true indigenous Niji. Shalawam to the 12 tribes worldwide. Let's get into it. Well, fam, another sad yet not surprising situation took place in Oklahoma. Tulsa County District Judge Caroline Wall dismissed the case of the 1921 Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre survivors. The names of them survivors are Viola Fletcher, who's 107 years old, Leslie Evelyn, who's 106, and Hugh Ellis, who's 100 years old. Let's get through this article, fam. See what this thing is talking about. A lawsuit seeking reparations and building to address historical damage done by the 1921 Tulsa race massacre has been dismissed. People pathetic, man, I'm telling you. The case, filed on behalf of the last three survivors of the assault by a white mob that killed an estimated 300 black Americans in a community often called the Black Wall Street of its day, was dismissed by an Oklahoma judge Friday, according to its record. Judge Caroline Wall said in her decision that she agreed with defendants, parties that include the state and the city of Tulsa, who moved multiple times to dismiss. Wall dismissed the suit with prejudice, meaning it cannot be refiled in state court. So they're not even trying to have them come back with it. They don't even want to hear it. This is insane, man. The plaintiffs, Leslie Benningfield Randall, Viola Fletcher, and Hugh Van Ellis, may still appeal. Lawyers for them and for the defendants, as well as a non-profit associate with the case, did not immediately respond for comment. Philanthropist Ed Mitson, who, along with wife Lisa, gave the trio $1 million last year, expressed disappointment in the dismissal, calling it an incredibly sad development. Our hearts are with the survivors and their families, Mitson said by email. Among the defendants' arguments is that the three plaintiffs did not suffer individual adverse effects from the massacre, which has emerged as an example of government-sanctioned racism and violence that has contributed to uneven outcomes for so-called black Americans. Of course, this government knows exactly what they did. They know, fam. We already know they know. The massacre most likely started as a misunderstanding or a lie. A so-called black boy got into an elevator with a white girl in Tulsa, and after they emerged, the local newspaper suggested that he had tried to sexually assault her, an allegation never endorsed by the girl. So it wasn't nothing but an excuse for them to run up into the city and do everything they did. All they needed was an excuse. Historians have speculated that the boy may have tripped and bumped into the girl, given the constricting norms and heavy price for liaisons beyond the confines of race at the time. The newspaper's editorial page called for a lynching, and the next day town whites were on a march and rioting, burning down 1,200 homes, 60 businesses, a hospital, a school, and a library in Greenwood District, according to Human Rights Watch. The rioting gutted the heart of the black community, which would never recover to the lofty days before May 31st, 1921. The lawsuit called it one of the nation's worst acts of domestic terrorism. One among many worst acts of domestic terrorism. It argued that plaintiffs like Leslie E. Benningfield Randall, at 108, the oldest survivor of the event, suffered personal losses. In Randall's case, her grandmother's home was looted and destroyed. One of the keys to the discrepancy between white and black wealth has been intergenerational real estate ownership, with many cases of property destroyed or outright stolen following the Civil War. Remember what I was talking about in my other video, fam? After the Civil War, that's when the white supremacists checkmated us and took everything. Let's continue. In the case of Tulsa, lawyers argue in the civil filing this brutal, inhumane attack robbed thousands of so-called African Americans of their right of self-determination on which they had built this self-sustaining community. See, we always did our thing, but every time we built, guess who came along to tear it down? Yeah, you already know. The plaintiffs have argued the city, county, and state created a public nuisance, or at least stood by when it happened, and then used it to enrich their respective governments. The suit cites apologies by the city's mayor and by a commander of the Oklahoma National Guard, the latter of whom admitted troops did nothing to save the community. See, this is what pisses me off. This government, on every level, this government is fully aware of what they've done to our people. Fully aware. And the only thing they give is as simple as apology. I'm sorry. Come on now. Like what these people have done, destroyed our people for generations. If these people hadn't have done what they done, our people would be well off right now. Every time we tried to build something, the same old group came along and destroyed it. Historical sabotage. This is what I be talking about, fam. This is what I be talking about. And you know what they'll say to you? You know what they say today? We don't work hard enough. We're lazy. All that insanity, man. Come on now. The defendants maintain that there's no proof of the three plaintiffs suffered. There's no proof the three plaintiffs suffered individualized injury. Tragically, many people lost their businesses, their homes, and their very lives in the massacre, they said in the filing in December. They're telling this to actual survivors of the incident. They're telling the very people, the very group, they're telling these three that they have no proof. Oh my God, I'm getting hot, y'all. I'm getting tight because it's pissing me off because it's deliberate. What they're doing is deliberate. They know what they're doing. But you're going to say that there's no proof the three plaintiffs suffered individualized injury. Wow. You think they would say this to a Holocaust survivor? You think they would say that to a Holocaust survivor? You know they wouldn't. That's insane. The plaintiffs did not attach a dollar amount to the suit. They have said they want the defendants to rebuild some community elements such as the hospital and contribute to a survivors fund. Dismissal is unlikely to pause the widening awareness of their story, a crucial piece of American history that helps explain contemporary disparities. Mitson said he appreciated plaintiffs' role in the narrative. We wanted to meet them, shake their hands, tell them we were sorry for what happened, and let them know their struggle mattered. He said, and when it was time for them to leave this earth, we wanted them to know their families would be a little better off today than yesterday. That's what's sad to me. That these are very elderly people, and they were there. They were little children. They were there to witness the destruction that these white supremacists brought upon this white supremacy and the government included. You know what I didn't even know, fam? I didn't even know that there was mounted trucks with mounted guns on it. I didn't even know that. That's insane. So the government clearly had a hand in it too. These people survived it. They was there to see it. They witnessed it. And they're still getting denied by these white supremacists. You know why? Because like I said, it's empowerment. Reparations is empowerment for our people. And they're not trying to do that. And they had to put yourself in the enemy's shoes. They had to do it. They couldn't do this. They couldn't grant these reparations because it would cause a ripple effect. If they would have said yes and granted these reparations, that would have set other groups of so-called black people off around the whole world. Around the whole world about reparations. It would have been popping globally if just this one situation, this judge would have granted it reparations, it would have set off the whole world. They're not trying to have that. They're not trying to have the whole earth calling for reparations. This is insane. This is insane. They are not trying to have us in any, they're not trying to have us get on our own 2 feet as a people in any way, shape, or form. Like I said, reparations will put us on the map. And the fact that they're not trying to do this, the fact that they dismissed this case, it says a lot. It says a lot. I hope a lot of our people's paying attention. Cause this is it can't get any more plain than this. It really can't, fam. And this is why our people have to band together and fight for this and fight for these reps. And the Most High will be with us. Because this ain't nothing more than the typical old sabotage that they do to our people, that they've always been doing to our people. There's something else I wanted to read. This is a throwback. It's an old article from 2018, but I feel like it's relevant to talk about because this government has given reparations to everybody else, but they got every excuse under the sun on why they don't want to give reparations to so-called black Americans. Every excuse under the sun. We know the real reason. If you watch my last one, if you watch my last video, we know the real reason they're not trying to give us reparations. Look at this, y'all. This is from the Harrods. U.S. House passes bill to help Holocaust survivors get restitution from European countries. Now, I'm not mad that they got theirs. Okay? If they've been wronged in history, then it needs to be made amends for. Right? That's the right thing to do. But my thing is, what is the holdup? We know what it is. U.S. House passes bill to help Holocaust survivors get restitution from European countries. America didn't even have anything to do with the Holocaust. But they've been bending over backwards to help Holocaust survivors get what they deserve. And America wasn't even the ones that did that to them. It was the Germans. So why is America bending over backwards to help give restitution, reparations, whatever you want to call it, for a situation that they didn't even have a hand in? Washington, the U.S. House of Representatives unanimously passed a bill on Tuesday that will help Holocaust survivors and their family members obtain restitution from European governments for assets seized during the 1930s and World War II. The bill requires the U.S. State Department to report to Congress on how different European countries are working to restore assets and properties seized during the Holocaust era to their original owners or their descendants. A similar version of the bill approved on Tuesday was passed last year by the Senate, meaning that the bill has now been approved by both chambers of Congress and will become law once it is signed by U.S. President Donald Trump. The Senate version of the bill was originally presented by Senators Marco Rubio, a Republican from Florida, and Tammy Baldwin, a Democrat from Wisconsin. Whoa! Look at that. Look at that. Both a Democrat and a Republican done got together on this. Baldwin wrote after the bill's passage that she is proud of the bipartisan effort to take a critical step towards justice. Justice, huh? Ain't that something? At long last, for Holocaust survivors and the families of Holocaust victims. The American Jewish Committee congratulated Rubio and Baldwin, along with Reps Chris Smith, a Republican from New Jersey, and Joe Crowley, a Democrat from New York, who presented the bill in the House. The organization also writes that the bill is important for bringing long-delayed justice to survivors. Survivors, huh? So what about the Tulsa race riot survivors? They don't get justice though, huh? They get dismissed. Justice is only for certain people, huh? Adding that we look forward to seeing President Trump signing the bill into law swiftly. This is a powerful statement of America's unwavering commitment to support Holocaust survivors in their quest for justice. Okay, so y'all just support certain people, huh? And like I said, hey, I'm happy they got what the Holocaust survivors got what they got. They got the reparations, the restitution. You know, amends is being made for them. That's good. That's a good thing. I was about to cuss, y'all. My problem is that why isn't that same consideration being reached out towards the so-called Black Americans? How come nobody understands that we need justice too? Nobody wants to understand that the historical sabotages that this government, these white supremacists have done to Black Americans hundreds of years ago still affect us to this day. But who gives a damn, right? Right? That's wild. This is a powerful statement of America's unwavering commitment to support Holocaust survivors in their quest for justice, said Gideon Taylor, the chair of operations for World Jewish Restitution, an organization that promoted and supported the legislation. We thank the Senate and House, and particularly Senators Baldwin and Rubio and Representatives Crowley and Smith, for their heartfelt leadership on this issue. See, that's what I'm talking about. This government is ready and willing to help other groups of people, but for some reason, they've been for decades, if not centuries, of course, refusing to make amends for what they've done to so-called Black Americans. Everybody, what this judge in Oklahoma did, this should piss everybody out. This should piss all of our people as a whole off. Because how dare you? How you going to dismiss the reparations case right in the face of the survivors of the event? These people survived. They was there. They was there. But y'all ready and willing to make amends for actually, when speaking about America, they making amends for something they didn't even do. America didn't put Jewish people through the Holocaust. America fought and according to mainstream history, went over there and liberated them from the Holocaust. America didn't have anything to do with everything that the Jewish people went through. So why are they doing all this? Why are they doing all this? But when it comes to what happened right here in the Americas, right here in the United States, when it comes to what happened right here, there's every excuse under the sun why they can't do it, why they won't do it. Oh, it's going to be too expensive. Taxes. There's a lot to think about here. We got to consider so many different things. We need a study. We'll have a study committee and we'll get back to you. Study. How how much studying needs to be done for something that everybody knows about? Everybody knows what our people been through. But they need study after study after study after study. It ain't nothing. They're not doing nothing but stringing you along, my people. That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing. They have no intentions on giving it up, on anteing up. Ante up. They need to ante up, and they're not trying to do that. So our people should definitely stand together and do not let up on this thing. Go hard. Go ham. Kick the door down. Figuratively. Because you know how some people get. You're exciting. You're inciting violence. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But we can't, this can't slide. This can't slide. And that goes for all so-called black groups across the earth that's been wronged by historic Europeans in history. Man, don't take your foot off of them. Don't take the pressure off of them. Put the pressure on them. Turn the heat up. Because, man, they got to right these wrongs, man. They got to right these wrongs. Y'all can't, no. Y'all not about to be giving everybody else reparations, restitution, making amends for what happened to every other group. But when it comes to so-called black Americans, when it comes to other so-called groups across the world, y'all act like y'all don't want to do that. That's not going to fly. Not with me. Not with me. So we got to make it do what it do. We got to unite, man. We got to stop the games. It don't matter what your religion is. Right is right. Other people can get justice, so why can't we? Why can't we? The Creator is one of justice. So why does everybody else get justice but us? And you know what? Well, I believe we're going to get it. We're going to get justice. We're definitely going to get it. But these is the hurdles that we got to go through. It's insane, my people. I just wanted to touch on that. I was upset when I heard about that, man, because that's a spit in the face. That's a spit in the face to all of us for them to sit there and dismiss a reparations case right in the face of the survivors. You're going to tell the survivors to their face, no, we're not going to restore you. We're not going to restore what was taken from you. We all should be mad about this, family. We all should be. Oseo to the true American indigenous Niji. Shalom to the 12 tribes worldwide. Please like, subscribe, because there will be many more that you don't want to miss. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Share it around. Let everybody see this. Let's gather up the people so we can stand together. I love y'all, man. Y'all my people. We're one blood. So we got to start acting like it, man. All the naysayers, all the Sambos, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about us, real ones that love our people and want to see our people do good. That's who I'm talking about. Let's stand up, my people, and let's get it. I'll see y'all on the next episode. Peace.
Yeah, I'm still a rider. I'm in this world, but I ain't of it. Outsider. I'm from a different era. Cut from a different cloth. I ain't your average rapper. I'm here to